Hey guys, it's Cody. So I wanted to make a short video, short if possible, video about my experience with the DUI I got last year. So I'm just going to go right into it. First, I'll start by saying it is not glamorous. As everyone knows, this is probably the worst moment of my life up until that point. I couldn't. I mean, everyone can imagine it. It was very shameful, very embarrassing. It was hard for me to even get to the point where I could say that I got a DUI. And like now I can like actually say it, and it's like I can own it, and it's like, huh, And another thing that I want to say starting off is that I want to thank everyone who helped me through that time. It was a very difficult time, and I wouldn't have been able to get through it if it wasn't for my friends and my family. I'm gonna try to stop itching my nose on screen. Um, so so let's start with what happened. In April of last year, I went to a little party called White Party in Palm Springs, and if you don't know about it, it's basically like a big gay party, and everyone wears white, just like you would have assumed. It's like very pride-like. I actually forget like what the point of white party is. I mean, I know there are like DJs and stuff. So, anyways, I go there and I roll my balls off all weekend, and that's not the problem that happened. Actually, it's when I got back from White Party, I came back to LA and I crashed at my friend's house. He went off to work, and I hung out at his house for the day, and then that's when it sunk in. The worst hangover of my life. I was like, oh my God, dying. Okay, so what did I do? I put on a movie on TV, and I dipped into a gallon of rum that was available at the half gallon. I don't know, however much it is. The big one that you buy at the store of the rum. Now, I was making rum and cokes. I was watching this super sad movie with Reese Witherspoon about her hiking through the Pacific Northwest, and it had a lot to do with like her dead mom and all this stuff, and like it got me like fucked up. Like I got really, really emotional, I remember, and I started hitting the rum and cokes pretty hard, and next thing I know, I wake up in jail. So I don't remember getting pulled over. I don't remember deciding to ever leave. I don't remember what I was leaving for. I wake up in jail, and then I black out again, and then I wake up in the psych ward. So, bada bing, bada boom, shit went downhill fast. So basically, what happened, or what the police report says, is that that's fucked up, man. I'm like, I remember being in the courthouse, and the freaking public defender's like, "Do you want to read your police report?" And I'm like, yeah, let me see what that motherfucker says." Basically, I'm in Glendale at my friend's house, and I'm trying to go hang out with my boyfriend in Sherman Oaks. My then boyfriend, we're not together anymore. My then boyfriend in Sherman Oaks, and then I end up getting arrested in Burbank. So if you know anything about anything, those places, if you're going to Sherman Oaks, you're not going to end up in Burbank. Okay, so something went down. So I was drunk, obviously. So I get pulled over. I do all the tests. I obviously fail. I don't have a cell phone. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what the fuck happened. Okay, so I get to the police station. They're asking me to do a blood test. I don't remember saying no. I remember blowing once at the police station and getting a little bit of an attitude because they kept asking me to blow over and over again. And I do know that they ask you to blow over and over again because the alcohol sets in, and you could blow higher, which that means bad for you, right? Bad. And then my first instinct was thinking, my first instinct is thinking, I found that out afterwards. Someone told me that is the reason. But my first instinct is like, I'll keep blowing because then I'm sobering up. No, like, don't keep blowing. Yeah, so I eventually stopped, and I said I wasn't doing the blood test. And when I had my first sober thought later down the road, I was like, oh my God, I did all those drugs. Like, I hope that I didn't do the blood test, which I didn't. So, which you can deny. Just a word of future to future Cody or any other drunks who are going to get a DUI, don't ever, I mean, you can refuse a blood test the first time, but if you ever get a second DUI, you automatically have to do that blood test. So, just so you know that. So basically, I get arrested, and I don't remember anything until I'm at the police station, and I know my shoes are off, and some guy comes right up behind me without even saying anything to me, and he reaches up my leg, and he hits my groin, and it scared the shit out of me. And I felt like, I don't want to be the victim and sound dramatic, but like I felt kind of violated. I was really just frightened, and I reacted. I got hysterical, and then so I remember the lady cop who was so nice. I can't remember her name. I'll have to look back at my police report to find out. The nice lady, she was like, Cody, like she was trying to get me to calm down, but I wouldn't calm down, so they wrestled me to the ground. And then the next thing I remember after that is waking up in the mental hospital, and it's because a combination of things. One, they make you fill out a psych portion of the test. Have you ever tried to kill yourself? Have you been suicidal in the last year? Have you been suicidal in the last 30 days? Blah, 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 blah. What is your mental health history? Are you on any prescription drugs? Well, so I answered them all honestly. Dumbass me. Not a good idea. I don't recommend it, because then they'll send you to the psych ward. So the combination of my erratic behavior, they said, the fact that I had tried to kill myself, I had killed myself before, I had tried to kill myself before, and the fact that I'd been suicidal in the last year, they're like, he's too high risk, send him to the psych ward. So I wake up in the psych ward. Basically what they told me there is, they kept me for about 6 and 7 hours, and they want to let me out in the middle of the night. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, these motherfuckers. Okay, so they go tell me to make my one phone call. I don't have a phone or anything to have any numbers, but I do have one number memorized. So they say, go make one phone call. I go to the fucking phone, and it doesn't work. The phone's not even plugged into the, well, it was plugged into the wall, but it's like, there's nothing, there's not even a dial tone. I sat there playing with the phone for 3 minutes, and then it's like, then I gotta go. So I'm like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? I was going to try to stop playing with my nose. Why does my nose only itch when I'm on camera? Like, I better Google what that means. Like, when in public speaking, your nose itches. What the fuck? Anyways, so yeah, they let me out. Now, I walk, and I find a nice, cold place on the side of the road to sit and sleep until it gets till dawn comes. And then I am stuck wandering the streets of Burbank until I find a gas station or a telephone or a cell phone from someone that I could use. And yeah, that was awful. That began the worst day of my life, because it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon that I finally got picked up by my roommate. And I get to my car, and thankfully, the city of Burbank did not tow my car, which in DUI class, I found out a lot of people got their tow card. Most people do. It's like procedure. They let me park my car on the side of the road where it was at, and the whole tire's flat and deflated and smashed in. And I'm like, what the fuck happened? I had no idea what happened to my car. So that's good. Also, not really in the police report either. Hold on. I will edit these videos in the future so that no one has to see all this nonsense. And then, so that was fun. I didn't have to worry about a tow, thank God. But I did get a citation to appear in court in 30 days. So for that 30 days, my license was, which I broke that day when I drove the car. I must have got the tire fixed and then drove somewhere. Okay, never mind. I'm thinking about something else. But my license was suspended for 30 days, and then I had a special license after that I had to go to the DMV and request. So dealing with the DMV and dealing with the courts are totally different. So they are not in cahoots with each other. So they are separate sentencing, like what happens there. Now, when I went back before the judge, I got my sentencing, which was 3 years of probation, where you thankfully were the one where you don't have to like check in. So 3 years of probation. I had to do a 9 month drug and alcohol class. Let's see, I had to do 21 days of community labor. I had to do a IID in my car, an ignition interlock device for 5 months. And then I had to have a special license. What special license? Oh, during that whole time. So that was a really really rough couple months. I mean, I didn't even. It sucks actually. And one of the most important things I would recommend is if someone's watching this and they got their first DUI, is that when you get all of this paperwork from the judge after you get sentenced, you have to get started and do the shit right away. Like you have like 10 days to enroll in that DUI class. You've got to like go get enrolled in your community labor. Because what I did is I saw the judge and then I went and sat on the couch and cried and got drunk for 2 more months. So I was so upset. I actually had 20 something 5 or something like that days of community labor, but the public defender talked me down to 21 days with doing, I think it was 24 Alcohol Anonymous classes. So 24 AA classes. So I knew I'd already be doing AA for the DUI class, so I was just like, oh, let's just keep it integrated and do some more. So that knocked me down a few days, but then so let's pick back up on like, so I sat on the couch for 2 months and then it was really bad because once you miss that time that you're supposed to sign up for the classes, you have to go see the judge again to get approved to re-enroll. So I go before the judge again and he threatens to throw me in jail. So if I didn't get enrolled in the classes and I didn't get started and get the shit going, he was going to put me in jail. And I was like, that was a wake-up call. So that put the fire under my ass to get in the classes and get started. And that was the best thing ever because I did, and I knocked out that freaking 9-month class and I was so happy. It feels like just like yesterday that I finished it, but now it's been, goodness gracious, maybe July, August, September, October, 3 months now. Oh my God, it's not that long actually. Seems like longer. It seems like longer, but then it just seems like yesterday. Okay, so I knocked out the class. I ended up paying my way out of my community labor. So because you can pay for the community labor, or you have to pay to be in the community labor for one. And then when I found that out, I was like, well, why don't I just pay whatever it costs total to just not do it, which you can do. You can pay the fees. And you can't do that in all places. California or the city of Burbank just made that legal because you have to like pay to sign up for the community labor and then you have to pay to be working. It's fucked up. But I mean, that's just what it is. That's what you did. You're the felon. So I knocked that out. I knocked out all the AAs. I did the IID on my car for 5 months. That just came off like August. So I mean, it's been a not rough, that sounds so like privileged, but like it's been a long year. I'm a year and a half into my probation and I have a year and a half left to go. I haven't been in any trouble and I don't plan on it. So this is my story with my DUI. And if anyone has any experiences that they want to share, it's not the brightest moment in my life. I'm living the brightest moment right now with you guys. All right, have a good one and I'll see you in the future. All right, bye now.